Callahan's Corner. You asked some questions. We answer them live right here on Facebook. Got a very, very special edition to Callahan's Corner. And if you're one of about the 675,000 lawn care landscape companies in the United States or even North America, including Canada, you are at risk of losing thousands of dollars a month each day. And I'm going to dive in, but the good news is you don't have to be one of these several thousand or these probably more than several thousand companies at risk of losing thousands of dollars each month. There's rules that have changed right now with Google, Yahoo, and a few of the other email providers. We have talked about this with our current client base over 2 years now. 99% of them have become compliant. But starting today, February 1st of 2024, your business is now at risk. Any service business, if you are using email tools to send quotes, invoices, or even interact with your clients, then this will have literally affected you from last night to today. This is an overnight change. So hopefully if you are a Simple Growth client or Simple Estimate client, you've read the emails, you've gone through and made some changes. But in the mindset of abundance, I want to let all lawn care companies know how this is going to directly affect your ability to send estimates, emails, or any communication. A lot of folks that are using SMS or text messaging went through a registration and approval process that just went through. This is very similar, almost identical, but this is going to affect your email, and it is a three-pronged area that needs to be addressed. So drop some comments and questions below in here if you're watching this live or the recorded version. I'm going to walk through. So if you're watching this right now recorded, don't pause. Don't go to the next video in your stream. This is important. This may affect for thousands and thousands of dollars of loss for no emails being delivered for estimates, invoices, or any communication as far as upsells. So once again, if you're using email tools to send quotes, invoices, or even interact with your existing client base, the effect from January 31st to February 1st is now in effect. We're going to see these email providers of Google, Yahoo, and a few others have changed the way they're handling the processing of inbound emails. So if you rely on any other services for your service business to send out emails, such as Service Autopilot, Keep, Trello, any of the others, including Copilot, or any other software that I'm not listing, but literally if you send email on behalf of you or your company through a software, this is going to affect you starting today. You need to log in wherever you do your DNS hosting. You may not know what DNS hosting is. That is living on your website domain provider for simplegrowthsystems.com or callahanslawn.com. Mine happens to be on GoDaddy, whether it's Cloudflare, wherever you've bought that domain and that's hosted, you need to log in. And you need to make sure you have your records with any tool or service that is sending email on your behalf or your company's behalf to be listed in your DNS records. If this sounds confusing at this point, I'm going to dig in and do my best to explain something that's actually pretty technical with some flowcharts and some diagrams from some experts on the web. By no means is this our expertise, but literally as an email automations done for you service, we've been providing this information to all our clients. If you're not our clients and you're even using someone else or doing it yourself, I want you to know about this because like I said, this could affect you. If you're sending emails, invoices, or even communications out, they will cease to be delivered as time continues and you have not done this. So if someone takes care of this for you, your DNS records, your SPF, DKIM records, you need to make them aware of these changes. A lot of the professionals, if they have not been educating themselves as the team at Simple Growth, they may not be aware, but you need to make sure that they have done this because your emails for quotes, invoices, and other areas are not going to get delivered in the same process, and eventually they will cease to be delivered. In addition, there is spam ratings now. If your spam rating per email provider, such as Google or Yahoo or Outlook, if it is beyond 0.3 spam rating, the deliverability will actually be stopped and it will be spent to spam or bounce for these email providers from the research we've been doing. This is not new news, folks. This is something at Simple Growth that we saw late July, early August. So this is something we've been working on and making sure our clients have this in place. If you haven't received the interactions, I'm going to post some links in the Facebook chat to make sure that you know how to set this up, or if you have someone doing it for you, you have the step-by-step directions to get your DNS records, your SPF and DKIM records set up. So what I'm going to do here is open up the screen in normal fashion of Callahan's Corner and show you what we provided to our clients. And in the chat, before you leave this, make sure you copy this. I've got two different setups for you here. Let me pop open the screen and show you what this looks like. But once again, folks, email deliverability has changed starting today, February 1st, 2024. So as you can see here, Bill on our Simple Growth team 2 years ago has updated this. This is about a 3-year-old document, maybe even earlier. We were working with the co-founders of Service Autopilot, John Patoshnik and John Caldwell, before the acquisition through Clarent and then Explore. So this is probably something we've been talking about and doing for 3.5, 4 years is best practice to get the best email deliverability. But starting today, if you're not doing this, your emails deliverability is really going to be affected and eventually could be completely stopped if you don't take these steps. So right out of our help desk here, I'm going to go in and go over to the other screen and actually paste this in the chat. So this is for Service Autopilot, how to set up the DKN and SPF records. And I just put that in the chat. So this is the step-by-step directions. It may look a little bit daunting, but the Sender Policy Framework, how do we go in? If there is no SPF record and the exact instructions and the lines of code you need to put in. We've actually gone in and taken at the 3 Service Autopilot email servers that are going to be sending mail on your behalf. And the next diagram, this is going to make a lot more sense. But if Service Autopilot or any other software sending email on your behalf, your email delivery will definitely take a hit and eventually potentially be rendered useless. So we want to go in and get that in there. We're going to give you step-by-step directions. So in the chat, that is the directions for Service Autopilot. If you are using Keep, once again, this was from 2019. This is from 2021 when we started really building out the Keep system. So in Keep, in the chat, I'm going to put the step-by-step directions, how to do this. So literally, this was something we only provided to our client base. In the Mindset of Abundance, all lawn care companies, home cleaning companies, service companies who are sending email through a software system on their behalf. So the software sending email on your behalf, this is a direct effect. So we need to be aware of a 0.3 spam rating per like Yahoo, Google, Outlook. We also need to have these records set up or your email deliverability is going to be really, really hit. So if people are looking at this and like, Mike, what are you talking about? So this is that DKIM authentication process. So if we are using something like Keep or Service Autopilot or Copilot, and the email is sent from that software, it is going to hit the email server in the middle. It is going to the DNS server. So this is where we need to go into our GoDaddy, Cloudflare, and set up the records here. And basically it's saying we are giving permission and we've acknowledged that we are sending mail, or Service Autopilot or Keep or Copilot is sending mail on behalf of our domain. This is extremely important for email deliverability, folks. We do not, starting today, want to be over 0.3 spam rating, or Google and Yahoo, as of today, will stop delivering your invoices, your estimates, and any communications with your client. Very, very important. So once it's confirmed, it goes back to the mail server. If it matches the records that we've just given you instructions to do, it goes into the inbox. If there is missing records or no records or incorrect records, it does not match. It goes into spam. Thousands and thousands of dollars are going to be lost starting today if we do not go in and set up these records. We've gone in through our help articles in the chat here and given you examples how to do it for Keep. And we also have given you examples how to do it for Service Autopilot. These are over 2-year-old documents, still accurate. We've been telling our clients this. If you haven't done this for some reason, you need to do this starting today. If somebody's doing it for you, make sure they do it. And here is a great article that I found online, and I'm going to put in the chat about more information on this process if you want to dig in and understand the difference. But this is the logo here, right from Cyber Impact. Want to give credit where credit's due for a great article on this. But it walks in, what is your SPF? What is your DKIM? And what is DAMRAC authentication? And how do we authenticate emails sent in via the different email providers? But once again, major changes starting February 1st, 2024 regarding sending emails of Google and Yahoo. So we can go in and check this out. But this is a great article that talks about the SPF authentication process, how we go from Service Autopilot or Keep, goes to your mail server. It says, yes, we have gone in and set up the DNS record, say on Google, or GoDaddy or Cloudflare. Do we have permission based on these numbers that we've given you? and then it allows the authorized send of the email on your behalf. If this is not taken care of, email deliverability will definitely plummet. SPF authentication protects us against identity theft and preventing the sending of fraudulent emails from unauthorized servers. This helps emails that are legitimate sources get in. This is very important if we're sending estimates, invoices, or upsells, or any communications. Domain keys identified mail. We've talked about that in our help articles, how to actually do this. And this article is great, talking about domain-based message authentication, reporting, and conformance. So I'm not going to read this whole article to you. The link is below, but the main thing we need to be aware of here, folks, is if we haven't set up these records here, your email is going to stop to be delivered, or be slowed down and eventually stop to be delivered. And the third part is 0.3 spam rating. Check out your email stats inside your software. If you're beyond that go Google or Yahoo. I believe Outlook is jumping on board with this as well. Your emails will stop being delivered even if you do this. So very, very important. Don't spam your clients. Have the CAN spam required opt-outs in the bottom. Comments and questions drop below. And if you can't do this yourself, find an expert that will set this up for you starting today. Otherwise, there is, out of the 675,000 lawn care companies in the United States and North America, folks, you are at risk of losing thousands and thousands of dollars, because it is going to start to slow and eventually stop if you do this. Your email for invoices, estimates, communications, as well as upsells and the other communications you may have through your email process. So comments and questions drop below. Callahan's Corner. You ask the questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook. DKM, authentication process, DNS records, SPF records, the things you need to continue to run your business successfully starting February 1st, 2024. We'll see you again back at Callahan's Corner, where you ask the questions and I answer them live.